Chris Matthews, the Grand Wizard of MSNBC. Last night I was only able to listen to the last hour of the Mark Levin show, so this morning I downloaded his podcast. His opening segment, he's talking about Matthew Owens, a gentleman from Alabama, Mobile, who was beaten and who is barely clinging on to life. Because there was a certain segment of the Alabama population that was seeking justice for Trayvon Martin. Now this case has been going on in the media for, I believe, almost a month. Not once within that month did I ever hear the name Matthew Owens and his connection to the Trayvon Martin case. Racism doesn't make sense, and neither does the beating of Matthew Owens in connection to the Trayvon Martin case. If you're seeking justice for Trayvon Martin, I don't know why you went after Matthew Owens. Like I said, I don't remember ever within a month reading anything about whether he was connected or not to this case. Mark Levin brings up an audio clip of Chris Matthews talking with Michael Steele. Made a Grand Wizard comment. Now I have to admit, I believe I heard this a couple of days ago. I believe it's been in a headline for like a couple of days. First thoughts were, why is he talking about the Grand Wizard of wrestling? He happened to be a manager back in the late 60s, early 70s of some of the biggest names in that particular genre. Now, I have to admit, first thoughts, hearing Grand Wizard, I don't think about racism. I don't. It's not in my mind. It's just not there. I really do believe the words that Martin Luther King said, you judge a man not according to his skin color, but the content of his character. MSNBC. Now, I really think if you're going to talk about racism and the Grand Wizard and the Ku Klux Klan of the modern day, you'd have to be talking about MSNBC. And Chris Matthews and the amount of race pimps that they escort across their stage. They've been promoting racism from day one. But to sit there and equate birthers to racism is it's just not right. It's just not right. It's just not true. And you really do think, Chris Matthews, that it's going to shut us up every time that you refer to us as racist. Well, all it's going to do is just piss us off and make us blog, like me, just a little bit more about the fact that we have an unconstitutional, undocumented community organizer-in-chief, and I'm not willing to cover it up because of your brand of racism. The same kind of brand of racism that is in our conservative media and throughout our political spectrum. Because if that wasn't true, Obama would not be in office right now. No, that Kenyan import would have got a boot in his ass and he would have been gone a long time ago. Now, that birth certificate has nothing to do with the fact that Obama is unconstitutionally eligible to hold the presidency of the United States. His father's birth certificate is all the proof that you need under the 14th Amendment that he is unconstitutionally eligible to hold the presidency of the United States. And the only damn reason that he is in office is because he is black. If he wasn't black, he would have been removed from office by now. I saw a headline where Darrell Issa yesterday was talking about the fact that this is the most corrupt administration in America's history. No, this is the most corrupt federal government in United States history, for the fact that they have not removed this unconstitutional, undocumented community organizer from office. No, this is the most corrupt government that would allow 2 Supreme Court justices to sit on a bench to lifetime appointments. No, this is the most corrupt government in United States history. Gretchen Carlson talking on Fox and Friends about the fact that it demeans the office of the presidency of the United States by going on these late night talk shows. No, what demeans the presidency is the fact that you have somebody who is unconstitutionally eligible to hold the office. That demeans it. Now, I really, truly do believe that Obama will never be removed from office. I've stated this fact over and over and over again, all because of his race, because he's a Kenyan. But I have to admit, and I'll end with this because I've blogged about this over and over and over again, and I keep going too far, and then I actually start to get mad in my presentation of today's blog because I really do not like being called a racist, all because I want to live under a government that is ruled by laws and not live under a lawless government. But Chris Matthews, if there's anyone who is the grand wizard of the modern day Ku Klux Klan, it would have to be you. And the conga line, just to take a line from Mark Levin's show, the conga line of race pimps that you bring before your cameras. Well, I'm Tim Donovan, and I'm on the right. You want to know where I am? You just look to the right. You're gonna see me on the right side of Canada.